If your water looks clear, but you're worried about bacteria, viruses, or well water surprises you can't see, the UV system you choose matters a lot. Flow rate affects whether the system keeps up when showers, laundry, and the kitchen are all running, while maintenance design affects how simple it is to keep that protection working year after year. In this guide to the best whole house UV water filter system options, we're looking at performance, disinfection method, flow, setup style, and long-term ownership, with a lineup that ranges from focused UV disinfection to full whole house filtration with built-in UV and scale control. And if you want to check out these products for yourself, you'll find links in the description to the lowest price I've found for each of these whole house UV water filters. Starting with the home water option, the VIQUA Ultraviolet Light Water Disinfection System is the focused, compact pick for adding UV disinfection to residential water. It uses chemical-free UV light waves to reduce microbial contaminants, ranging from protozoan cysts to viruses, by deactivating the DNA of microorganisms so they can't reproduce. That protection matters because these dangerous contaminants aren't things you smell when you fill a glass or see when you rinse vegetables, but they're part of the water you drink, cook with, and run through the home every day. The system is equipped to inactivate chlorine-resistant parasites like Cryptosporidium and Giardia, along with harmful bacteria like E. coli and viruses that aren't visible to the naked eye. Its Standalone high-output lamps are built for consistent ultraviolet output over a 9,000-hour lamp life, so the disinfection strength stays steady through normal ownership instead of becoming a guessing game. The high-output lamp design keeps the footprint smaller while still delivering the UV performance you'd expect from a longer standard output chamber, which helps when you're fitting treatment equipment into a utility room, basement, or tight mechanical space. Ownership is built around visibility and safe servicing. The stainless steel chamber helps extend system life and resists ultraviolet light degradation, while the safety lock connector cuts power before the lamp is removed, so routine lamp changes feel more controlled. The controller shows remaining lamp life and sounds an alarm if the lamp fails. High-quality monitored systems like this add a UV intensity readout with support for an optional solenoid valve that stops water flow if UV performance drops below a safe level. If you already have filtration handled and want a compact, chemical-free disinfection layer for everyday household water, the clear fit here is the VIQUA Ultraviolet Light Water Disinfection System. If you're shopping for a UV system because of a specific water concern, leave a comment with what you're dealing with, like well water, bacteria, sediment, or just wanting an extra safety layer. That context helps other first-time buyers compare their own situation. As these whole house UV water filter reviews move into broader treatment setups, the Crystal Quest option takes a filter-first approach, especially if you want long service capacity along with potent UV microorganism control. The Smart Whole House Water Filter with UV add-on comes in 1.5 cubic foot and 2 cubic foot media sizes, with capacities of 1 million and 1.5 million gallons, so you're matching the system to the amount of water your home actually runs through. The smaller setup supports 1 to 3 bathrooms with a 9 to 11 gallons per minute service flow, while the larger setup supports 2 to 4 bathrooms with a 10 to 13 gallons per minute service flow. So showers, sinks, laundry, and dishwashing have a stronger foundation during busy parts of the day. The filtration path is built as a layered cleanup. A 20-inch sediment cartridge removes sediment, silt, sand, and dirt before water reaches the main media, so the heavier grit gets handled before it moves deeper into the system. The Smart Multimedia combines standard and catalytic coconut shell granular activated carbon to remove contaminants like chlorine, chloramine, PFAS, PFOS, herbicides, pesticides, petroleum byproducts, and pharmaceutical byproducts, while Eagle Redox alloy and ion exchange resin remove dangerous heavy metals like lead and mercury. A 20-inch solid carbon post filter then works on VOCs, remaining insecticides, pesticides, and industrial solvents, so the water you pour, cook with, and shower in has gone through several different treatment steps rather than relying on one media alone. The UV piece is the 12 gallons per minute UV water sterilizer, which is designed for robust microorganism control across bacteria, viruses, algae, and protozoa. UV treatment disinfects without cumbersome retention tanks or adding disinfection chemicals to the drinking water, so the system gives you microbial control without turning the setup into a questionable chemical feed project. Automatic backwash supports ongoing media performance, and the choice of fiberglass or stainless steel tanks gives you a way to match the equipment to your installation environment. If you want a high-capacity whole-home filter with broad contaminant reduction and a 12 gallons per minute UV sterilizer layered in, the strongest match is the Crystal Quest Smart Whole House Water Filter with UV Water Sterilizer. Moving to one of the best whole house UV filter picks for dedicated disinfection, the US Water System's Pulsar Ultraviolet Disinfection System is built for households that want potent UV protection for their whole home. You're working with 10, 15, and 20 gallons per minute flow rate options, so you can easily size the system around how much water your home needs during peak use. The 10 gallons per minute model uses a 3/4 inch MNPT inlet and outlet, while the 15 and 20 gallons per minute models use 1-inch MNPT connections, which helps the higher flow setups better match larger plumbing runs. You can also choose the optional, but highly recommended 1-micron Magna pre-filter, giving the UV chamber cleaner incoming water to work with when sediment control belongs in the same setup. The disinfection method stays direct and physical. UV light exposes bacteria, viruses, and protozoa to germicidal wavelengths that stop them from reproducing and infecting. So the system handles microorganisms without relying on chlorine feed or chemical storage. It's equipped to inactivate chlorine-resistant parasites like Cryptosporidium and Giardia, harmful bacteria like E. coli, and viruses that aren't visible in a clear glass of water. The flow ratings are based on 95% UV transmittance at a UV dose of 30 millijoules per square centimeter, which connects the gallon per minute numbers to actual UV exposure instead of just plumbing size. For ownership, the Pulsar keeps the routine practical. Its low-pressure coated UV lamps use ceramic bases for durability and run for 9,000 hours, or about 1 year, so lamp replacement becomes a predictable annual task. You can change the lamp without interrupting water flow, while the stainless steel chamber helps protect long-term UV performance inside the reactor. The power supply shows remaining lamp life, alarms if the lamp fails, uses a sealed case to resist accidental water intrusion, and the system is built to ASME pressure vessel standards with a 150 pounds per square inch maximum operating pressure. If you want a dedicated UV disinfection system with selectable flow rates and strong service visibility, the right fit is the US Water System's Pulsar Ultraviolet Disinfection System. Here's the part most people overlook. Flow rate only matters when it matches your real household pattern. So leave a comment with how many bathrooms you're trying to support, and whether your priority is peak flow, easier maintenance, or broader filtration. I'd be happy to help you find the perfect UV filter for your specific household's needs. The Aquasana Rhino well water with UV is where the best whole house water filter with UV light conversation turns toward well water treatment with UV included from the start. Its UV filter sterilizes up to 99.8% of bacteria and viruses, so you get an added disinfection barrier before water reaches the taps where you drink, brush your teeth, cook, and shower. Unlike cheaper alternatives, the UV filter is NSF tested and certified to NSF and ANSI Standard 55 Class B, which gives this system a clear third-party disinfection benchmark that you can trust. That's especially useful for well water homes, where water quality depends more heavily on the source, plumbing, and local conditions around the property. The main filtration system uses carefully sequenced stages, and the upflow dual-tank design increases contact time with the contaminant-reducing media while helping prevent clogging and media channeling. In plain English, the water gets more even contact with the treatment media, so the system isn't just pushing water through the easiest path inside the tank. Copper zinc KDF media helps prohibit bacteria and algae growth inside the system and extends system life, which supports cleaner operation between tank changes. The Aquasana Rhino well water with UV removes a wide range of contaminants, including chlorine, lead, herbicides, pesticides, VOCs, and cysts like Cryptosporidium and Giardia. Flow and maintenance are also clearly defined. The base unit has a 14.7 gallons per minute peak flow rate, a 7 gallons per minute rated flow rate, and a 500,000-gallon or 5-year capacity. So the core filter is built around multi-year whole house use rather than frequent main tank changes. The design doesn't require drain lines or back flushing, which keeps ownership simpler once the system is installed. The standard 20-inch pre-filter is replaced every 2 months, the post-filter every 6 months, and the UV lamp every 12 months, so your routine is cartridge and lamp upkeep, rather than salt, regeneration, or backwash cycles. If your home runs on well water and you want filtration, UV disinfection, defined flow, and low-maintenance ownership in one package, the practical choice is the Aquasana Rhino Well Water with UV. If you're comparing well water systems, leave a comment with the issue that pushed you to start looking, whether that's test results, sediment, odor, staining, or just wanting stronger whole home protection. Your comment may help someone with the same water problem narrow things down faster. And if you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to help. Finally, the Kind Water System's E3000 UV is one of the best whole house UV light water filter setups in this lineup for city water, because it combines whole house filtration, salt-free scale control, and UV disinfection in one compact system. Its 4-stage design starts with sediment filtration, moves through carbon block filtration, runs through the eSoft salt-free softener, and finishes with UV disinfection. The system is rated up to 15 gallons per minute and is built for homes up to 5 full bathrooms, so it's designed for real household demand when the shower, washer, dishwasher, and kitchen faucet all compete for water. The result is a robust whole home setup that treats the water before it spreads through the plumbing, not just at one drinking faucet. The first 2 stages handle clarity and chemical reduction. The 5-micron pleated sediment filter captures dirt, sand, rust, and debris, removing up to 95% of particulates, so the water reaching the carbon stage is already cleaner and less loaded with grit. The carbon block filter targets 155+ contaminants, including chlorine, chloramine, VOCs, pesticides, herbicides, and other city water chemicals, while NSF and ANSI 42 certification supports verified chlorine, taste, and odor reduction. Then the eSoft cartridge uses TAC, or template-assisted crystallization, to transform calcium and magnesium into tiny crystals that don't stick to pipes and appliances, delivering 88% scale prevention without salt, wastewater, brine discharge, or electricity for the softening stage. Then the UV stage adds the all-important microbial layer. A 50-watt quartz UV lamp inside a durable stainless steel chamber sterilizes 99.9% of bacteria, viruses, and pathogens, and NSF and ANSI 55 certification supports the disinfection and microbial safety role of that stage. Smart alerts remind you about lamp and sleeve replacement every 12 months, while regular filter changes typically run every 6 to 12 months depending on water quality, so upkeep stays simple and predictable. The compact housing measures 32 inches high, 23¼ inches wide, and 8 inches deep, with no floor space required, so it fits homes that don't want bulky tanks dominating the utility area. If you're on city water and want filtration, scale control, high-flow UV, and low-maintenance ownership in one wall-mounted package, the strongest all-in-one choice is the Kind Water System's E3000 UV Whole House Salt-Free Water Softener and Filter Combo with UV. Now that you've seen the lineup, here's how to narrow it down in this best UV whole house water filter comparison. Choose the VIQUA Ultraviolet Light Water Disinfection System if you mainly want a compact standalone UV layer. Choose the Crystal Quest Smart Whole House Water Filter with UV Water Sterilizer if you want high-capacity filtration with UV added to a broader treatment platform. Choose the US Water System's Pulsar Ultraviolet Disinfection System if sizing the UV flow rate is your priority. Choose the Aquasana Rhino Well Water with UV for well water filtration with defined maintenance. Choose the Kind Water System's E3000 UV if you want city water filtration, salt-free scale control, and UV in one compact setup. You can compare these whole house UV water filters for yourself using the links in the description box, which will take you directly to the lowest price I've found right now for each one.